Ladies and gentlemen, our directors, revered shareholders, the management and staff, and the stakeholders of Chams Olco PLC. You are most welcome. I would like to call the 41st annual general meeting of your company, Chams Olco PLC, to order. Can we all stand up for the national anthem?
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace all battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hand unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build our nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty Nigeria may be blessed.
God bless our dear nation, Nigeria. May I call on our very dear Alhaji Yusufu Modibo to give us the opening prayer.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Let's pray. We pray for peace and stability in Nigeria. We pray for the prosperity of this company. We also pray that the deliberations we're going to have in this meeting will be useful and will be well guided and will be out of our sincere desires to move this company forward. Thank you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have been informed by the company secretary that a quorum is duly formed for this meeting. I welcome you all to the 41st annual general meeting of our company, Chams Olco PLC. The AGM is also being streamed live on YouTube for the viewing of our shareholders and other stakeholders. I confirm that the register of directors' interest and attendance at meetings are available for inspection by members and others attending, and that is in compliance with the requirements of Section 301 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, CAMA 2020. These registers can be inspected at the registrar's table. I would like to commence the proceedings with the introduction of the directors. secretary, and representatives of the regulatory authorities, both present at this meeting and also online. The Vice Chairman of our Board of Directors, Mr. Segun Oloketuyi, is online.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Oloketuyi, and thank you for your services to our company. Mrs. Mayowa Olaniyan, our Group Managing Director. Thank you so much, GMD. The gentleman that gave us the prayer, one of our major shareholders and director, Alhaji Yusufu Modibo. Our very dear lady, Olamojiba Bakari, should be online. Can you point to her? All right. Mrs. Chijoke Ugochukwu, our director and chairman of Car Center Nigeria Limited. You are welcome, madam.
Good morning, esteemed chairman, directors, and shareholders. Morning.
Thank you so much. Our smiles are more than enough for this AGM. Thank you. See you. We have Mr. Tomiwa Aladekomo, our director and chairman of Chams Switch.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. The chairman of Chams Assets Limited and our director, Sir Ayobola Abiola. We have our very dear director, Dr. Mohamed Santuraki, online. Okay. All right. Okay, he's online. We know he's online there. We have our director, Mr. Mohamed Bashir Yunusa. Thank you so much for your good works. Online, I believe we have Mr. Dumibi Obodo, one of our directors. Okay. Can you spotlight Mr. Obodo, please? Our executive director is also here, Dr. Femi Oyenuga. Our very dear company secretary, Mrs. Oluwaseun Osuji. We have our auditors here with us. That's PKF Professional Services. They are seated with us. Thank you so much. You are most welcome. This gentleman has served us for so long, and we really, really appreciate him. He saw us through a most critical period of our existence, and that is the chairman of the audit committee, our very dear Mr. Emmanuel Onoche. We have other members of the audit committee, but let me especially recognize Mr. Moses Igbude. Please, a big round of applause for both of them. We also have Mr. Adedoyin Owolabi. Okay, he's online. with us. He's also been with us for quite a while, doing a great job. Please, a big round of applause for Mr. Donyo Olabi, a former past president of ICANN. Other members of the committee, Mrs. and Lady Ola Bakari, a round of applause for her, and Sir Ayobola Abiola, we thank you for your good works. This company has been with us for ages, decades. First, our registrars, First Registrars and Investor Services Limited, and they are yet today represented by a large team headed by Mr. Yaya Lawal. Please, a big round of applause. Madam, thank you so much. God bless you. We have representatives of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, Mrs. Peggy Alide. I believe she's online. Can you spotlight her? Please, a big round of applause for our regulator, NGX. We also have the representative of Securities and Exchange Commission, Alhaji Abubakar Sule. Online also, please, a big round of applause for them. We thank NGX and also SEC for the great jobs that they are doing for this nation. Thank you so much. And last but not the least is my humble self, Demola Aladekomo, Chairman of the board. Thank you so much. I wish to inform you that this annual general meeting is being held virtually, subject to the approval of our regulator, NGX Limited. In line with the approval received for the attendance of the meeting, members may nominate any of the directors as proxy. I will now invite the registrar to present the proxy report.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, the Board of Directors, the esteemed shareholders physically present here, and those that are joining online. We have received a valid proxy form of 254, and with the total shares of 844,542,217 units. And this represents 17.98% of the paid-up capital of Oduko PLC. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Yaya, our registrar. I now call on the secretary to read the notice of meeting and notes to the notice. Madam Commissioner.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, sir. I read the notice. Notice of the 41st Annual General Meeting of Chams Holding Company, PLC. Notice is hereby given that the 41st Annual General Meeting of Chams Holding Company, PLC will hold virtually www.youtube.com/chamsgroup/streams on the 24th day of July 2025 by 10 a.m. prompt to transact the following businesses. Ordinary business. 1. To lay before the meeting the audited accounts for the year ended 31st December 2024 and the report of the directors, auditors, and the audit committee thereon. 2. To elect/re-elect directors. 3. To authorize the directors to fix the remunerations. 4. To disclose the remuneration of the managers of the company. 5. To elect members of the audit committee in accordance with Section 404 subsection 3 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act of 2020. Special business, to consider and if thought fit, to pass the following as an ordinary resolution: to approve the remuneration of the non-executive directors. Special resolution, to consider and if thought fit, to pass the following as special resolutions. 7, that the company's name is hereby changed from Chams Holding Company PLC to Chams Corporation PLC, and substituting the altered name in Clause 1 of the company's Memorandum of Association and Clause 1 of the Articles of Association, respectively. 8, that the board be and is hereby authorized to undertake a corporate restructuring exercise, transitioning from a non-operating financial holding company to a fully operational holding company, subject to the prior approval of the Central Bank of Nigeria and any other regulatory authorities. Subparagraph 1, that further to the corporate restructuring, the board be and is hereby authorized to undertake such divestments and or reduction in its equity holdings in any of its subsidiaries as may be deemed necessary or expedient by the directors in order to give full effect to the corporate restructuring exercise. Subparagraph 2, that the board and the management be and are hereby authorized to take all necessary steps and do all such things as may be required for the purpose of giving effect to the corporate restructuring, including without limitation the execution of all requisite documentation, submission of regulatory filings, and procurement of all statutory and regulatory consents and approvals. Notes: proxies. 1, a member is entitled to attend and vote at the annual general meeting and may appoint a proxy to attend and vote in his or her stead. A proxy need not be a member of the company. Consequently, members may nominate any of the directors as proxy. Executed proxy forms should be emailed to info@firstregistrarsnigeria.com or ebusiness@firstregistrarsnigeria.com, or deposited at the office of the registrars at number 2 Abebe Road, Igomu, Lagos, not later than 48 hours before the time of the meeting. A blank proxy form is included in the 2024 annual report and accounts, which will also be available on the company's website at www.chamsplc.com, and that of the registrars. The company has made arrangements at its cost for stamp duty to be paid on the proxy forms. Thank you, esteemed shareholders, for permitting me to take it as read. By order of the board, signed by my humble self, Oluwaseun Osuji, Company Secretary, FRC 2025, PRO NBA 002/841758. Thank you, sirs. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, dear Company Secretary. Before we move on to the items on the agenda, I'd like to update you on the activities of our company. You will each have received your copy of the annual report. I crave your indulgence to take the chairman's statement as read. Thank you so much. The audited accounts for the year ended 31st December 2024 have since been distributed to you, which I believe you will have found time to read. I hereby invite the representative of our external auditors, PKF Professional Services, to read their opinion as contained on pages 44 to 49 of the annual report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everybody. For today, I will be taking two reports. First is the independent auditors on attestation of internal control over financial reporting, and the one on the independent auditors report. With the permission of the shareholders, I would like to take the abridged of both reports. Thank you. Now, the first I will be taking is page 44 to 45. That's Independent Auditors Attestation Report on Management Assessment of Internal Control over Financial Reporting to the shareholders of Chams Holding Company, PLC. We have performed a limited assurance engagement on management assessment of the effectiveness of internal control over financial reporting of Chams Holding Company, PLC, the company, as of 31st December 2024, in compliance with SEC guidance on implementation of Section 60 to 63 of the Investment and Security Act 2007, issued by the Securities and Exchange Commission, and in accordance with the FRC guidance on assurance engagement report on internal control over financial reporting, the guidance in brackets issued by the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria. Based on the procedures performed and evidence obtained, nothing has come to our attention to cause us to believe that the company's internal control over financial reporting as of 31st December 2024 is not effective in compliance with SEC guidance on implementation of Section 60 to 63 of the Investment and Security Act 2007, issued by the Securities and Exchange Commission, and the FRC guidance on assurance engagement report on internal control over financial reporting, issued by the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria. This report was signed by myself, Benson Adejayan, for and on behalf of PKF Professional Services, Chartered Accountant, Lagos, Nigeria, dated 28 March 2025. Then I move to the next page. That is where we have the independent auditors report. Opinion. We have audited their company consolidated and separate financial statements of Chams Holding Company, PLC, and its subsidiaries, together the group, which comprise the consolidated and separate statement of financial position at 31st December 2024, and the consolidated and separate statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, consolidated and separate statement of changes in equity, and consolidated and separate statement of cash flows for the year then ended, and notes to the consolidated and separate financial statement, including a summary of significant accounting policy. In our opinion, the company consolidated and separate financial statement present fairly, in all material respect, the financial position of the group at 31st December 2024 and its financial performance and cash flows for the year ended in accordance with International Financial Reporting Standards, in compliance with the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria Act 2023 as amended, and with the requirements of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. Then I move to page 49, where I will be reading a report on other legal and regulatory requirements. In accordance with the requirement of 5th schedule of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, we confirm that 1, we have obtained all the information and explanation which, to the best of our knowledge and belief, were necessary for the purpose of our audit. 2, proper books of accounts have been kept by the group insofar as it appears from our examination of those books. 3, the group's statement of financial position and statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income are in agreement with the books of accounts. Then I will also take compliance with FRC guidance on assurance engagement on other control over financial reporting. In accordance with the requirements of the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria, we performed a limited assurance engagement and reported on management assessment of the company's internal control over financial reporting as of 31st December 2024. The work performed was done in accordance with SI 3000 revised assurance agreement other than audit reviews of the historical financial information and the FRC guidance on assurance engagement report on internal control over financial reporting. We have issued an unmodified conclusion in our report dated 28 March 2025. The report is included in the annual report. The auditor's opinion was also signed by myself, Benson Adejayan, for and on behalf of PK Professional Services, Chartered Accountant, dated 28 March 2025. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Benson Adejayan, FCA of PKF Professional Services. We appreciate you. In accordance with the provision of 404 Section 7 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, the Audit Committee duly carried out its duties on the accounts. I hereby invite the chairman of the Audit Committee, Mr. Emmanuel Onoche, to read the committee report as contained on page 42 of the annual report.
Thank you, my chairman. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Board of Directors of Chams PLC. Good morning. Investors and shareholders, other members. Say good morning to all of you. I hereby present the report of the Audit Committee of Chams PLC. To the members of Chams PLC and its subsidiaries.
Recording in progress.
In accordance with the provision of Section 404, Subsection 4 of Company Acts and Allied Matters Act of 2020, we have reviewed the audited financial statements of the company for the year ended 31st December 2024 and report as follows. A. The accounting and reporting policies of the company are consistent with legal requirements and agreed ethical practices. B. The scope and planning of the external auditors was adequate. C. The company maintained effective system of accounting and internal control during the year. D. We are satisfied with the external auditor's findings and recommendations on management letter and management response thereon. This report is signed 27th day of March 2025. Mr. Emmanuel Onoche, Chairman, Audit Committee, FRC, stroke 2017, stroke NIM, 00016405. Members of the Audit Committee are as follows. Mr. Moses Igurude, Mr. Doyin Owolabi, Mrs. Olamo Jibola Bakari, Sir Ayobola Abiola. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel Onoche. Please, may I ask that we give him another round of applause, please. We appreciate members of your committee also for your good works. I now lay the annual reports and accounts for the year ended 31st December 2024 before you. We hereby welcome questions and comments. Please announce your name before your question or comments. Thank you so much. Okay, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, for the opportunity. Good morning, Mr. Chairman, other directors, and regulatory authorities here present, and my fellow shareholders. Good morning, everyone. The name is Abayomi Adebayo, a shareholder representing Passionate Shareholders Association Incorporated. Our chairman, we shareholders of the company that are here this morning, we are very happy and very glad to be here witness the wonderful and excellent results you are presenting to us today. We have gone through the report, and we can testify to it that it's an excellent result. And the management team led by a woman shows that what a man can do, a woman can do better. So we appreciate the MD for this. On that note, I would also like, on behalf of other shareholders, to welcome our new company secretary, Mrs. Sheung Osuji. You are welcome, ma. And we are promising you to give you the support we have given your immediate predecessor. So we also hope that you will be friendly, you will be shareholder friendly, and cooperate with us. Our chairman, to start with, on behalf of other shareholders, I want to really congratulate this company, the board and management, for attaining 40 years of operation. As stated in the report, this is our 40th anniversary, which I think is coming up by September. And Chairman, I'm pleading that we shareholders that are here, we are also passionate about the company, and we also love to celebrate your 40th anniversary with you come September. Chairman, why I mentioned earlier that this result is an excellent result is that I saw in the report of the MD that operating profit increased by over 200% from 370 million to 1.2 billion. And also, profit after taxation also increased from 20 million to 39 million. And that's what we are saying, that this is an excellent result. We commend the board, and we appreciate them for this result. But I want to point out that for the future, I think the page for result at a glance is missing. We should please put this in mind. The page for result at a glance is the page that will that will show us the summary of the result. Page 5 and page 30 shows our board composition. And my comment on that is that I like to commend the company for giving us a perfect board, which comprises of 3 independent non-executive directors as statutorily required by CAMA 2020. But my suggestion is that we can be more gender sensitive, as 3 females out of a board of 11 directors can still be improved upon. And at the same time, I think we can also include directors' date of appointment in front of their names. On page 6, Mr. Chairman, where we have a list of our bankers, my concern on that page, where we have page 6, where we have a list of our bankers, is that it will be interesting for us to know how many banks out of the 8 banks that we are banking with are patronizing our products. If we can make them custodian of our money, then they should also patronize our products. Please, we expect all of them to please try and patronize our products. That is very important to us as shareholders. On page 7, where we have notice of meeting, the only concern I have there is that I want to advise and encourage the board that more efforts should be made to bring back the original item 2 into the agenda of the meeting. And for we shareholders, the original item 2 is the declaration of dividend. And we are hoping that this will manifest soon. On page 4, where we have an advert of one of our products, Kego debit card. It's a wonderful product, and I would like to ask that apart from the educational sector, how widely has Kego debit card gained acceptance? Or how many companies has patronized Kego debit card? Chairman, I want to ask that what stage are we in our plan to invest in a state-of-the-art card manufacturing plant? This is a very good step. So I would like to know, has it actually commenced, and how soon do we intend to complete it? because it will meet the rising need. It will meet the rising demand in the financial and tech and telecom sector. On page 17 to 21, where we have board meetings and meetings of other committee, I noticed on these pages that all the meetings are well attended by all members. But I noticed there, sir, that Sir Ayobola Abiola, a member of a Risk Management Committee, was absent in all 3 meetings. I think there should be a reason for this. On that note, I also like to commend our statutory audit committee members, because statutorily they are supposed to have 4 meetings in the year under review as required by CAMA, and they actually had that 4 meetings. But I also noticed that Mrs. Ola Mojiba Bakare attended only 1 meeting out of the 4. I think we would like to encourage her to please create more time for the business of the company. But I also think this should be confirmed by the company secretary, that the attendance at meeting for innovation, marketing, and the technology committee, I think the attendance for their meeting is not included. Chairman, I like to commend. I like to commend our subsidiaries, because it was reported in the report that they are actually instrumental to the growth and excellent results we are looking at today. My advice is that they should please keep this up. And lastly, Chairman, I want to assure you that we shareholders here will support the resolution on the change of name from Chams Holding Company PLC to Chams Operation. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. Mr. Abayomi Adebayo, thank you. Let's take a lady next, please. Then we'll come back to the front, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Mr. Chairman, member of the board, regulatory authority here present, and my co-shareholder, say good morning. Yes. My name is Odunuga Sami at Adibanke. Mr. Chairman, I want to join the previous speaker to congratulate our company. Despite the economic challenge, our company was able to grow our turnover by 42%, from 10 billion to 14 billion. I say kudos. I sincerely thank our board and management and staff of our company for bringing our company back to profitability. I say kudos, keep it up. I really understand the board decision stand for not declaring dividends to us this year, but for the year under review. But I hope our board and management will look into this come next year. I join Mr. Chairman to welcome Mrs. Chijioke to the board of our company, and I want her to use her wealth of experience for the growth of our company. I also congratulate our company for the milestone 40 years anniversary, and I hope this will be our starting point for social growth and financial growth. Mr. Chairman, I want to know what is our focus for this remaining year. I know half year has gone already, and we are moving to the second half year. So I want to know what is our focus for the second year. Then the beauty phase of our directors, when I look at it, I didn't see any shareholder representative. I don't see anybody representing the minority shareholders on the board. Mr. Chairman, please, I want you to look into this when next there is availability on the board. Please, we need shareholder representation on the board. While the company has demonstrated commendable improvement in profitability and cost management, I recommend that management should continue to monitor the growth in operating and administrative expenses to ensure they remain strategically aligned with revenue activities. Sustaining this discipline will further enhance operational efficiency and long-term financial performance. Page 50, environmental stewardship. I thank our board and management. Last year, I can remember I stood up here and said, our board should look into another source of energy. And I was so happy today to see that solar energy integration has been really come to place. Thank you for this. Show that our management and staff are really proactive in the issue of the solar and shareholders response to the annual report you are presenting to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Adebanke. Please.
Mr. Chairman, Chams Holdco PLC, in transition to Chams Operation PLC, distinguished directors, management staff of Chams Holdco PLC, distinguished fellow shareholders, good morning. I'm Adebayo Adetunji Adeleke, a shareholder and member of Independent Shareholders Association of Nigeria. Mr. Chairman, this is Nigeria. And there is no other country like this in the whole world. Doing business in this country for 41 years is no joke. If anybody thinks that it is a joke, let the person go to Corporate Affairs Commission and incorporate one. Even at the point of incorporation, with, what do they call it, with Potter, their Potter breaking down, the person will begin to sweat under his garment. And now to have sustained the business for 40 solid years, going to 41, I think it deserves a round of applause. Mr. Chairman, the statistics are there. I can't imagine whether we have 1% of companies that were incorporated 40 years ago still surviving in this climate as at today. So I want to congratulate you. And I would say I was not expecting less from somebody of your caliber, and given the fact that you attended one of the best universities, which I was opportune to also attend. Mr. Chairman, I also want to congratulate and salute all the people who have passed through this business and who have contributed in one way or the other in the past 40 years. It is the labor of our heroes past that we are celebrating, and they've done well. Mr. Chairman, 40 years gone. It's like yesterday. What will this business look like in the next 40 years to come? So we are now at a threshold of crossing from the old to the new. It's like we're about to dip our feet into River Jordan. And my prayer is that the river is going to part for us, and that God will make a way for us. 40 years of unabated innovation. We are changing the landscape of technology. We are building capacity. We are expanding. We are going into the fintech space. We are going into the West African coast. And our dream is also to go into North Africa. When I saw North Africa, my mind beat twice. And I said, everybody around this climb have always talked about dominating the West African space, the East Africa, the South Africa. It appears as if we've not built enough confidence to take our business to go and compete in North Africa. And this is the first company I'm saying that is saying we want to go to North Africa. And so North Africa should also be ready to host us. Mr. Chairman, I was told by somebody that I respect a lot that presence, being present, is the first sign of commitment. I want to encourage our directors to please pay more attention to this business. I don't want to repeat what my brother here said, but when we look at the tables on pages 17 to 21, we are looking at who is paying attention to our business. And when a director is absent, 4 meetings, 5 meetings, it gives some room for concern. We know we are all human beings, and there could be one reason or the other. Yeah, maybe once, maybe twice. But when you are absent 4 times, 5 times, you cannot convince us that you have the interest of this business at heart. And so please, we need to, and speaking generally to the presentation, pages 17 to 21, X is for what? So that we don't also misinterpret. The letter X is for what? If A is for absent, NA is for not a member. What does X represent? And what exactly do we have on page 21? I don't know what page 21 is all about. Is there anything on page 21 that is not on page 20? So I think we need to pay some small attention to this, because this company is no longer a corner shop company. It's an international company, and every detail matters. Mr. Chairman, page 7, where you have the agenda, especially item number 8. I think item number 8 is part of what is going to speak to our next 40 years. That is the direction that we want to go. And why we are willing and ready to support this motion, we need to know more details about this restructuring. And this platform gives you the opportunity, Mr. Chairman, to sell this company, to market this company, and to get the investing public to know that there is a direction that this company wants to go from this time forward. Also, what is delaying the right issue? These are issues about funding, and these are issues about the strategic focus that the company wants to embark upon. What is delaying the right issue? On page 53, we have a very beautiful financial highlight. Very beautiful, very impressive. All the parameters are looking up. The thing is that, Mr. Chairman, in spite of having some figures on page 54, 55, 56, that speaks to the details of our performance for the year, we are not going home with any dividend. That is understandable. If you look critically into the account and you look at the statement of financial position as well as the statement of cash flow, especially when you also understand that when you are considering this account, the company is Chams Holdco PLC. The company is not the group. The group is made up of several other companies, but the one we have invested in, where our money is, and the one that has the capacity or the responsibility of paying us dividend is Chams Holdco PLC. And the earning per share for the Holdco is nothing to write home about. We can't begin to distribute 1 kobo. Or what percentage of 1 kobo are we going to continue to distribute? But I want to encourage the managers of the business that we should always be looking forward to distributing dividends to shareholders. So I'm putting this at the doorstep of our group managing director and the top management. See, the shareholders understand the economy, they understand the headwinds, they understand, but they also understand that the managing director goes home with a salary. All the staff are paid. The state government is paid. LRS is paid. Tax people are paid. Pencom is paid. Directors are paid in allowances. So the only person at the end of the day that appears to go home hungry and empty-handed are the shareholders. And that is why we must also encourage you that each month you collect your salary, ask yourself the question, what are we going to give to shareholders at the end of the year? And that takes me to the last question that Simiat asked. What is our half year looking like? And what is the other half of this year going to look like. Shareholders have confidence in this company. Without dividends, the share is trading today at over 3 naira. And it's trading at 3 naira because you have announced the right issue. Otherwise, I can assure you that this price will be around 6 naira now. But people are waiting to know what price you want to sell the right and whether they can buy it cheaper. And that's why I'm asking, how far have we gone with the right? Because it's also denying the current shareholders price appreciation. And so for a company that is not giving us dividend and people are still queuing up to buy, it shows a high level of confidence, a high level of support, because we have come a very long way, but we still have a longer way to go. So, Mr. Chairman, let me end by saying that one of the good things we have done in this annual report is to also show us the list of unclaimed dividends. But even with glasses, I cannot read them. And so it becomes a challenge whether we're actually helping the shareholders or we're even punishing them for that. So please, when we want to put anything across to shareholders, let it be legible. Let it be something they can read. And on that note, let me also send a message that Security and Exchange Commission, and we told Aruma when she was the DG, or whatever they call them. What do they call them? DG. When she was the DG, we told her she was doing follow with Lamido Sanusi. Lamido Sanusi was focused on defending depositors in the bank. Aruma Ote was focused on defending depositors in the bank. That was not our calling. Our calling was to protect investors in the capital market. The current people in SEC are not protecting the interest of investors. They are carrying the unclaimed dividend to a trust fund where investors will not have access. We need to speak because this is our money. And in one way, the government will say, we want ease of doing business. In another way, they frustrate investors. For crying out loud, once dividends are declared, it is the property of the investor. The government takes its own tax. We pay 10% withholding tax on every dividend declared. So now coming around to say every dividend that is 6 years and above must be remitted to unclaimed trust fund is twisting, and I'm twisting investors. And it's going to discourage a lot of investors, including foreign investors. So the government cannot be speaking from both sides of the mouth. We want foreign direct investment, we want people to invest, we want to grow the economy, and then you are doing everything possible to frustrate the same investors from having access to the fruit of their labor. And so I'm using this platform to call upon SEC to please wake up and look at their mandate. Their mandate is to protect the interest of investors. Taking money of investor away from the investor is not a way of protecting the investor at all. So I want to wish us all the best. Thank you very much for the opportunity. God bless you.
I must have taken a full page from the comments of Mr. Adebayo Adetunji Adeleke. Please remind me when I go back to school that I will not choose you as my professor. Thank you so much for those comments and questions. We just, if you do not mind, we take one more question. But before that last question, or yeah, just one more, and please make it brief. Kindly go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Anthony Kachi. I'm the president of Noble Shareholders Solidarity Association. I want to congratulate the company for its performance. It's a good performance, going up, but I want the company to also answer some of the questions I want to pose. You are changing your name from a holdco company. Let us know the benefits of this change of name. Very, very important. And how will it impact on profitability? Secondly, the corporate restructuring you have in mind is a welcome development. You are currently dominating the digital space. If you don't know it now. And most of your jobs you got have put you ahead of your competitors. We know some of them right now that are also publicly listed. They are struggling. And I should use this opportunity to thank you that after all the years of hard work, you've been able to emerge as a dominant leader in this digital space. Continue it, please. Now, the corporate restructuring, you have all it takes. Your directors are well equipped. I happen to know about two of them. Modibo, who is my colleague, a fellow stockbroker, and Mrs. Ugochukwu. In fact, I confuse her as Mrs. Ugochukwu because they are both light. She was in Fidelity, I think. You have the team that can carry out the corporate restructuring. But please let the restructuring be focused and try to minimize job loss at this critical time because a lot of people are managing. Try and minimize job loss in the process. Having said that, company, because this is a very difficult terrain to operate on right now. We all know what companies have been going through. Even as individuals, we are all paying through our nose, starting from DSTV, energy. The government is telling us now that they can no longer support energy. So very soon, tariffs on electricity will go up. You people should gear up and prepare for it through alternative sourcing of energy. I know you're already making some efforts in that direction. Why I should also congratulate you for 40 years of existence. Please turn to page 55. Your total liabilities is 10 billion. And your total assets is 20 billion. That's very comfortable for the going concern concepts which every company today is struggling. You don't have a negative shareholders funds. Many companies, because of the impact of foreign exchange loss, are now having negative shareholders funds. I congratulate you for this, and please keep it up. I want to find out why the current tax liabilities is so high this period, 654,525. Because, the more government is drawing from you, the less the shareholders we get in terms of dividend. So maybe you may need to have a look at your tax liabilities with a view to effecting a reduction in your tax liabilities. I also want to oppose page 44, attestation by PKF. The management and the board has already given its own opinion about the attestation over financial reporting. I think an independent person should give that attestation given by PKF. This is the first company I'm seeing where attestation is being done by PKF without any prejudice to your operations, PKF. I believe an independent person, an independent company should do that attestation. You did the audit, so allow another company to assess internal controls over financial reporting for purpose of independence and trust on the figures you are presenting. When you are the one who did the audit and you also are testing what management did, I think it's fair to roast the shareholders. I am standing on the. I hope you. I'm being. I hope you. I'm being. I hope you are. You are. You are. I'm carrying you along with me. Please, let an independent person do that assessment. Let the auditor do his work. Then the assessment and an attestation of what management has done regarding financial control, internal control over financial reporting. They should be distinct, please. On this note, I say congratulations for 40 years because it's not easy to I take the same position with my colleagues. It's not easy for 40 years to be in business. You've gone through a lot, and I continue to wish you well. We shall support your efforts in the corporate restructuring. We shall support your efforts in the name change, provided you tell us that the change will increase the profitability of the company in its dominant position, which you are right now. You may not know. You are the number one in the digital aspect. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the commendation and also the questions. We appreciate it. Because we have a lot of people online, you permit us to just take one question from Mr. A.K. Chibuzo. Please, if you can make it very, very brief. Please, Mr. A.K. Chibuzo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The name again is Eke Chibuzo Emmanuel. Hello? Am I being heard?
Yes, please, go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. The name again is Eke Chibuzo Emmanuel. I will be brief because Mr. Deleke has taken at least two of my questions. I thank him for that. You know, as a guru, he knows what he's doing. More emphasis, Mr. Chairman, is on dividend. If you check page 54, we have earning per share of 4 naira 89 kobo by the company, and we didn't pay anything. Let us consider it. Yes, he has emphasized on it. It's a matter of, while I said it again, it's a matter of emphasis. Very good, Mr. Chairman, on restructuring. That is on your proposal you are bringing to us, item 8. I believe this is the time you can bring in minority shareholders on the board. So you take your appraisals and consider it to bring one of the minority shareholders on the board. Very consistent to that, Mr. Chairman. I want to appreciate the board for keeping this company going. Using this annual report also to advertise our product is very good one. But I want to go a little bit further, Mr. Chairman. Cybercrime has been a very bad thing in the society now. How have we fared? Can we also use it as a product, as in to develop a product around that area and start offering trainings as a means of bringing more money in the system? When you offer, develop it as a training program and be getting people in and train a lot of people, because a lot of Nigerians are falling victim. Even companies are also falling victims. So it's a very good thing that we look at that direction to get more people trained and be aware of this problem in the society now. Yes, Mr. Chairman, with the $1 million project that the federal government is having now, Mr. Chairman, how is our company going to tap into this? Because it's a futuristic thing. We can as well develop a system of product that can, you know, go a long way to help us. I mean, help the nation in that direction. I want to also inform you that Independent Shareholders Association will be having its triennial conference in come this 30th of October. So we'll be looking for your support, Mr. Chairman. We believe that we have been supporting you. This is the hour you also support us, because we run this our program every 3 years. When we call on you, when we write to you, Mr. Chairman, I want to say, please support us. On this note, Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you, appreciating the commitment of the board to making sure that this company grows beyond us. So on this note, I want to say thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Mr. Eke Chibuzo. Very good one. Just before we go into answering your questions, let me thank all of you for the commendation and the showers
Hello,
of
Mr. Chairman.
gratitude.
Hello, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, please.
I have a question to ask, sir. Can I go ahead? Just a question.
Just one question. Your name quickly,
Yes.
and that's it, please. Briefly.
Yeah, my name is Mr. Kuku. Good morning, Mr. Chairman. I just want to ask about your intended rights issue. When is it coming out, sir?
All right. Thank you so much. We take that along the line.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much
Okay,
for
thank you, sir.
all the questions. I'd like to recognize somebody who sent in our questions, almost 3 pages, but mostly of commendation. And that is the president of Highly Favored Shareholders Association, Mrs. Adetutu Shiobola. Please, a big round of applause for her. Some of our questions we're going to address. Most of the comments and questions are more of commendation for the excellent performance, as Mrs. Madam Adebanke said, and also Mr. Adebayo. Practically everybody commended the board and the management and staff of Chams Olco PSC. We appreciate you. We've noted all the comments and we've noted the questions. I will take 2 items and then ask the GMD to speak briefly to some of the operational issues, just about 6 items. And I think she can group it to 5. Banks patronizing us, Kego and car plans, the H2 performance, unclaimed dividend, and attestation. The 2 items I'd like to speak with, thanking the 3 or 4 shareholders, including Mrs. Shiobola, is the issue of Chams core that we are trying to do. Mr. Adebayo Adetunji Adeleke, the president of Independent Shareholders, spent a long time on that. And since it's going to affect some of the things we wanted to do, we just speak to it briefly. Just briefly. We believe a lean structure, a very, very active structure, a market-facing structure of Chams Corporation will do more good for the shareholders over and above the passive Chams Olco Corporation. You will have noticed over the years, hardly do you see our adverts, hardly do you see our presence in the market. So you as shareholders, you've been asking. Sometimes you ask, are we still in existence. You only get to hear about us when we come for this annual general meeting. It was a good thing, but it has affected the shareholders heavily. Number two, our strategy, we've not been able to implement it properly because we were not active in the market. We have this thing we call CAD. We wanted to be consumer facing. We wanted to be Africa facing. We wanted to be digital facing. To get that done, we have to get into an active mode that will allow us to be very, very active and to generate more revenues for the company, which now yield to additional benefits in terms of dividends for our shareholders. Capital efficiency had been a major issue. Not even that, working capital within OCO became a major issue. Consolidating our accounts had been problematic for us, and as you see in our account, especially when you have loss-making subsidiaries. The investors will benefit heavily from this. We also have some assets that unfortunately, because we are not trading, we are not active, those assets have been very passive. Our real estate, we have one of the best real estates amongst tech companies in the country. They are in Victoria Land, near Eco Atlantic. It's been a passive asset. By going corporation, we're going to now make it more active. And as been said, we are building a tower. And that tower will now make even our corporate services division a profit center. Instead of the entire company, the whole PLC being a cost center, and most of our departments in OCO being cost center. All the 4 proposed divisions of Chams Corporation will be profit centers. KPI is going to be a major issue. Something very, very fundamental for us. And we must thank you, our shareholders. For those of you that are present at Sheraton, we declared a result at Sheraton during one of the AGMs, 2013, I believe. We made a loss of almost $120 million, and our revenue that year was $200 million. When we finished, I think Mr. Chief Ashaju or something, when we presented the report, you all got up and gave us a standing ovation. That was very much unusual. We were afraid when you gave us a standing ovation that we declared just over 200 million turnover. And for years thereafter, you kept supporting us. I believe we need to really thank you that during that period of crisis, you supported us. Please, I want us to give our shareholders a big round of applause for that support. Now, we can't be in crisis mode. Chams Corporation will now tell us that the years of crisis are over. Now, this is a new vista, a new horizon. We are at an inflection point of delighting you, our shareholders, you, our stakeholders, our members of staff, our management, and the board of directors. So, Chams Corporation is the new vista, is the new face of Chams, that the past is gone. And we are now starting another 40 years afresh. We thank Mr. Deleke for that commendation for the past 40 years. But the new 40 years is post-crisis. And it must be one that is very viral, that is full of energy, that we come here and declare dividend and no more excuses. Those will be some of the major benefits of that cooperation. And I believe the market has started hearing it. We thank you for your response to that. I'd like to seize an opportunity to recognize not just your shareholders, but like Mr. Adebayo Adeleke said, we have some people that have led our board. Permit me to recognize the professor, our most reverend Adebayo Dadakinde, a past chairman of this company, who did very well for us. We recognize all the staff that kept the company and management. Please kindly help us give them a big round of applause. I also like to recognize Chief Tunji Odegbami, who led, and his board, who led Chams over the years. Please a round of applause for them. In the most recent, you remember, Dr. Mrs. Dere Awoshika, who led the board and management that did very well for us. And recently, we had the very Reverend Dr. Ayodeji Richard, who led the board and management that did very well for us. Thank you so much to all these ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate them. Now, the other question I'd like to address before I hand over to the GMD, the right issue and the private placement. We actually thought we were going to come here today based on the work that the management is doing to announce to you that the right issue and the private placement will start anytime from now. We thank NGX and SEC for the work they are doing. They are present here. They've assured us that they are looking at our papers. They are regulators, but we strongly believe any moment from now, we're going to open the right issue to the public, and you're going to have the benefit of benefiting from that right issue any moment from now. Just a little bit of more patience. We've discussed with some of you up to yesterday. You are excited. And I must thank the shareholders also. The level of enthusiasm on the right issue is amazing, that we are not declaring dividend this year, yet that you are saying you are taking your full right. I think you deserve a big round of applause. So please, as soon as it opens, kindly take it up. And we are pretty sure that just like you said, we are conscious that we are paying salaries, and we do discuss at the board level that we are paying the managers, we are paying the regulatory agencies, the staff are being paid. The shareholders must be paid. We are the very first shareholder of this company, who happens to be a very reverend lady. I saw her coming in. She asked us, look, you haven't paid dividend in a while. Madam Very Reverend, let's give her a big round of applause. We assure you that we're going to pay dividends pretty soon. Our largest shareholder also is asking, when are we going to start paying dividend? And that they are taking their full right. Actually, the first three major shareholders, we spoke with them yesterday coming to this AGM. And they asked the same question that Mr. Adeleke asked, what is Chams call? And when we explained, they assured us that they're going to take their full right. Thank you very much for that. By the grace of God, come the next financial year, we're going to be able to declare good dividend. And the Chams Corporation will allow us to be very much active, not consolidating losses. And even those subsidiaries that we are divesting substantially from, they're going to be even more profit-oriented once they are owned, we are not leaving them completely. They're going to be paying dividends to us. And once they pay dividend, it goes straight down to the bottom line for us to declare dividend for you, along with the profit that Chams Corporation is going to be making. I believe is a very, very good time for us. It's a new horizon for Chams Corporation PLC. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Once again, I say a very big thank you to all the shareholders. Thanks so much for the assessment of the annual report and all the questions and commendations. We're not taking it for granted. We know it's a way of you telling us that we should do more. And we promise you that definitely by this time next year, it's going to be better than this by God's grace. I will attend to all this question. Please, I will not be mentioning name of the people that ask questions. I've merged them together, but I will attend to them all. The first one is about banking patronizing us. They are taking our money. If you recall, Chams deploy BVN projects nationwide. Through this, we have good relationship with banks. We're supporting the project up to the moment. We have one of our subsidiaries, Chams Access. The managing director of the subsidiary is here, Mrs. Yemi Odufeso. We have a good number of banks as our clients. Till today, they are dealing with us. Thank you, and we'll do more. The second one is about Kego. Kego is a payment digital platform. Yes, we have a niche for ourselves. We're facing the education sector. Education sector is very big for us to make enough money, but that doesn't mean we're not doing all that. As well, we have individuals and SMEs on that platform as well. We are supporting them. It's not limited to education sector. I want to plead with any shareholder that is not having Kego on his phone. Please, this is your own company. Kindly subscribe to Kego today before you leave here. Thank you. With regards to the state-of-the-art card plant, the question is, what is the status? Yes, this is what we desire. The property where we build it is ready. We are about to go, okay, as the chairman has said, we're just waiting for the approval, final approval from the regulators so that we can do the private placement and the right issue to build this as we have said, and this will be done. Come next year, you will see it live. On the H2 performance, by God's grace, with your support and prayer, we're where we are today. If you look at our results, the summary of it in page 53, now that the company is transitioning from non-operating to operating, means that we will do more than what we have done in first half year. With regards to unclaimed dividends, I sincerely apologize. There's a comment that is not legible. We will improve this forward. And not only that, we will send a legible copy to all shareholders via email. Thank you. The next one is attestations that why should BKF be the auditors as well be the one to handle internal control over financial reporting. I want to clarify that the internal control over financial reporting was done by GBC, Benga Debo and Co., Chartered Accountant, and the ISA, the standard 2007, empower the auditor to review their report and do the attestation. So we're working in line with the standard requirement by the regulators. It is a public information. They didn't do the assessment, but they are meant to review it and attest it in the annual report. So that means that we are having double assurance. Another firm is assessing, and another one is reviewing and attesting it. Then there's another one that requested for that we should include the highlight. Highlight is actually stated on page 53 of annual report. The dividends, my chairman has attended to the dividend issue. By God's grace, very soon we all have dividend. Thank you for your approval in advance to the new restructuring. I think I've attended to all questions. Thank you so much. We're so grateful.
We took quite a while on that, but it's worth all the questions and comments. Thank you very much. Now we need to move pretty fast. Time is of essence. There are 8 items on the agenda. By the powers conferred on me by Section 248 of CAMA, I hereby call a poll on items 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8 of the agenda. The voting will be done electronically. I will move the motions and then invite a shareholder to second each motion. The results will be projected on the screen for our viewers after the voting. The registrar is hereby invited to explain the process of voting.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Good morning once again, the esteemed shareholders. For the purpose of voting on all the resolutions except as advised by the chairman, we are going to use voting device. For the shareholder that is physically present here, who have been given the device, please ensure that the screen of your device is blank. Look at the screen of the device. Please ensure that it is blank. Then, if you want to vote for the resolution, you are for that resolution, you press 1A on the voting device. If you want to vote against any resolution, please press 2B. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you so much. The first item on the agenda is to lay before the meeting the audited financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2024 and the reports of the directors, auditor, and audit committee thereon. I therefore move that the audited financial statements for the year ended 31st December 2024 and the reports of the directors, auditors, and audit committee be received by the members. Will a member please second this motion? If you do not mind, let me... All right. Thank you very much for that. I hope everybody agrees to that. Thank you so much. Item 2. The second item on the agenda is the election and re-election of directors. I will start with the election of Mrs. Chijioke Ugochukwu as a non-executive director of the company and the ratification of the appointment of Dr. Olufemi Oyenuga as an executive director of the company. The directors of this company, in exercise of the powers conferred on us by Article 81 of the Articles of Association, appointed directors to the board. And in accordance with the same Article 81, the directors are seeking to ratify the appointments as directors. Their profiles can be found on the company's website. I hereby move that Mrs. Chijioke Ugochukwu be and is hereby elected as a non-executive director of the company. Will a member second the motion? Is Mrs. BC Bakari available online? If she is not available, somebody on the floor, please. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Akiode Olatunji, who seconds the motion. I hereby put the motion to vote. Registrar.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. We have displayed the names of the directors seeking election. That's Mrs. Chijoke Ugochukwu. If you are voting for that resolution, press 1A on your voting device. If you want to vote against, please press 2B. The voting has commenced. We have 5 responses already. 5 shareholders that is physically present have voted. 7 shareholders. 7 shareholders have voted. 8 shareholders. Still counting. The poll is still open. 9 shareholders have voted. Nine shareholders have voted. 9 shareholders. 9 shareholders. Please, count down. We have 9 seconds left. 7 seconds. 4 seconds left. 3 seconds. Poll closed. Time up. Please display the result. At the end of the voting on that resolution, which is to re-elect Mrs. Chijoke Ugochukwu as a non-executive director of Chams Oko PSC, we have 264 shareholders physically present and through proxy voting for that resolution with the total shares of 850,986,631 units. No dissenting voice. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Following the announcement of the result by the registrar, I declare the motion carried, and it is hereby resolved that Mrs. Chijioke Ugochukwu be and is hereby elected a director of the company. We also announce the ratification of the appointment of Dr. Olufemi Oyenuga as an executive director of the company. Congratulations. A big round of applause for him. Can we move for that motion of that ratification, if you don't mind, just for record purposes? Can somebody second that motion of Dr. Olufemi Oyenuga as executive? Thank you so much. It is hereby resolved that the appointment of Dr. Femi Oyenuga as an executive director of the company is hereby ratified. Again, congratulations. Thank you so much. We proceed to the re-election of directors. Dr. Mohammed Santuraki and Mr. Tomiwa Ladekomo are directors retiring by rotation under Article 75 of the company's articles and Section 285 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, and being eligible and having indicated their willingness to stay in office, they also present themselves for re-election. Their reappointments are to be approved at this meeting. I hereby move that Dr. Mohammed Santuraki, being a director retiring by rotation and presenting himself for re-election at this meeting in accordance with the company's articles of association, be and is hereby re-elected as a non-executive director of Chams Olco PLC. Will a member second this motion? Madam at the corner. Thank you so much. Madam, the motion is hereby put to vote.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. This resolution is about to be displayed. Can you display the resolution, please? The resolution has been displayed, which is to re-elect Dr. Mohammed Santuraki as NED of a Chams Olco PSC. If you are voting for that resolution, please press 1A on the voting device. If you want to vote against it, please press 2B. We've gotten 6 shareholders who are here physically that have voted already. 8 shareholders have voted. 9 shareholders have voted. The poll is still open. 9 shareholders have voted. Nine shareholders. Please count down, please. We have 8 seconds left, 7 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 seconds left. A second. Time up. Please display the result. At the end of the voting on that resolution, we have 264 shareholders voting physically and through proxy, with the total shares of 850,986,631. No against. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the registrar. Following the announcement of the results of the voting by the registrar, I hereby declare the motion carried. I hereby move that Mr. Tomiola Adekomo, being a director, retiring by rotation and presenting himself for re-election at this meeting in accordance with the company's articles of association, be and is hereby re-elected as non-executive director of Chams Olco PLC. Will a member second this motion, please? Okay. Mr. Wosu, thank you so much. The motion is hereby put to vote.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Please, can you display the resolution? The resolution has been displayed. Like I had earlier mentioned, if you are voting for that resolution, please press 1A. If you are voting against, please press 2B. We've gotten 6 shareholders that have voted already. 8 shareholders, 9 shareholders have voted. 10 shareholders. 10 shareholders have voted physically here. Calm down, please. You have 6 seconds left. 5 seconds. Time up. Please display the results. At the end of the voting on that resolution, we have 265 shareholders voting physically here and through proxy, with the total shares of 856,926,631 units. No against. Thank you.
Following the announcement of the result by the registrar, I hereby declare the motion carried. Please join me in congratulating our newly appointed directors and re-elected directors. wish you all the very best as you contribute to the growth of your company. Next is a retirement of one of our directors. We wish to announce the retirement of Lady Olamojiba Bakari. Distinguished shareholders, during the year, Lady Olamojiba Bakari announced their intention to retire as non-executive director of the company. She wishes to thank all the shareholders and board members for their unwavering support during her tenure on the board. On behalf of the board and the shareholders, we thank Lady Olamojiba Bakari for her selfless service during her tenure on the board of Chams Oko PSA. God bless you. Please, a big round of applause for her. The third item on the agenda is to authorize the board of directors to fix the remuneration of the auditors. In accordance with Section 408 of CAMA 2020, it is required that the remuneration of the auditors be fixed by the company in general meeting or in such manner as the company in general meeting may determine. I therefore move that the directors be and are hereby authorized to fix the remuneration of the auditors of the company. Will a member second the motion? Permit me to call on Mrs. BC Bakari to second this motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Mrs. BC Bakari. I still second the motion. Thank you for the opportunity given to me.
Thank you, madam, and we always appreciate you, our fastidious shareholder, and for your confidence in the right issue. We now put the motion to vote.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The resolution has been displayed, which is to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the auditors. If you are voting for that resolution, like I said, press 1A on the voting device. Want to vote against, press 2P on the voting device. 5 shareholders have voted already, because the poll has opened. 6 shareholders have voted on that resolution. 8 shareholders have voted. 9 shareholders still counting. 9 shareholders. 9 shareholders. 9 shareholders. 9 shareholders have voted physically here. 9 shareholders. Count down, please. 7 seconds left. 4 seconds. 2 seconds. Time up. Please display the result. At the end of the voting on that resolution, we have 265 shareholders voting physically and through proxies, with the total shares of 856,927,631 units. No dissenting voice. Thank you.
Thank you. Following the announcement of the result by the registrar, I hereby declare the motion carried. The fourth item on the agenda is to disclose the remuneration of managers of the company. Section 257 of CAMA 2020 provides that at this meeting, the remuneration of the managers of the company be disclosed. Please note that this item is provided for on page 86 and 119 of the annual report for the information of our members. Item 5. The fifth item on the agenda is the election of the members of the statutory audit committee of the company. The audit committee is a requirement of section 4043 of the CAMA 2020. The committee is constituted of 2 non-executive directors and 3 representatives of the shareholders, subject to a limit of 5 members. Members are not entitled to remuneration and are subject to re-election annually. Consequently, the board has nominated the following non-executive directors as members of the audit committee: Sir Ayobola Abiola, and Mr. Mohammed Bashir Yunusa. In accordance with section 4046 of the CAMA 2020, members are to send to the company secretary at least 21 days before the annual general meeting nomination letters for any 3 shareholders to represent the shareholders of the audit committee. 4 nomination letters were received for 3 places to represent the shareholders of the audit committee. The 4 valid nominations are Mrs. Amadi Martina Onena, Mr. Emmanuel Onoche, Mr. Adedoyin Owolabi, Mr. Moses Ibride. One of the members, Mr. Emmanuel Onoche, the chairman of the committee, has communicated his intention to step down after decades as a member of the committee, having served meritoriously, and to have his nomination withdrawn. Distinguished shareholders, on behalf of the board and you, our shareholders, we would like to thank Mr. Emmanuel Oloche for his selfless service during his tenure as the chairman of the Statutory Audit Committee of Chams Olco PLC. Since only 3 shareholders are required to join the 2 directors to bring the number of members of the audit committee to 5, we present the 3 nominees as the shareholders' representative. As advised by our registrars, there will be no need for voting. I hereby declare that Mrs. Amadi Martina Onena, Mr. Adedoyin Owolabi, and Mr. Moses Ibride are the duly elected representatives of the shareholders in the Statutory Audit Committee of the company. I also hereby declare that the following are the duly constituted members of the Statutory Audit Committee of the company until the conclusion of the next annual general meeting: Sir Ayobola Abiola, Mr. Mohammed Bashir Yunusa, Mrs. Amadi Martina Onena, Mr. Adedoyin Owolabi, and Mr. Moses Ibride. Congratulations. I'm sure we can all rely on you to do an excellent job, as usual. We wish the outgoing audit committee chairman, our very dear Mr. Emmanuel Nonechi, the very best in all his future endeavors. Thank you so much for your service. We shall now proceed to the sixth item on the agenda under special business, which is to fix the remuneration of the directors. In accordance with Section 293 of the CAMA 2020, it is required that the remuneration of the directors be fixed by the company in a general meeting. Will a shareholder move that the fees payable to each of the directors of the company for the year ending 31st December 2025 be and is hereby fixed as follows: that a non-executive director's annual remuneration, except chairman, is 2,500,000. That the chairman's annual remuneration is 3 million naira. Will another shareholder second this motion, please? Please, can you go ahead? Thank you so much, dear brother. The motion is hereby put to vote.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The motion is about to be displayed. That is to approve the remuneration of the directors. If you are voting for that resolution, please press 1A on the voting device given to you. If you want to vote against it, please press 2B. Voting has commenced. We have 6 shareholders have voted here already. 9 shareholders voted physically here. Nine shareholders have voted. The poll is still open. Ten shareholders have voted. Count down, please. We have 7 seconds left. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. 2 seconds. Time up. The poll has closed. Please display the result. At the end of the voting on that resolution, we have 264 shareholders voting through proxies and physically present, with total shares of 856,935,631 units. No against. Thank you.
Following the announcement of the result by the registrar, I hereby declare the motion carried. Item 7 on the agenda under special business is to approve the change of the company's name from Chams Olco Company PLC to Chams Corporation PLC and substituting the altered name in clause 1 of the company's memorandum of association and clause 1 of the articles of association. This is in accordance with the section 33 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. I therefore move that the name of the company be changed from Chams Holding Company PLC to Chams Corporation PLC and substituting the altered name in clause 1 of the company's memorandum of association and clause 1 of the articles of association be and is hereby approved. Will a member second this motion? Mr. Deleke? Oh, sorry. Thank you so much. The motion is hereby put to vote.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The resolution has already been displayed. So if you are voting for that resolution, please press 1A. Want to vote against, press 2B. We have 7 shareholders have voted here physically already. 7 shareholders have voted. 8 shareholders. 9 shareholders have voted. 9 shareholders have voted. 10 shareholders. The poll is still open. Please start to count down. You have 6 seconds left. 4 seconds left. 3 seconds. Time up. Please display the result. At the end of the voting on that resolution, we have 265 shareholders voting physically and through proxies, with the total shares of 856,975,731. No dissenting voice. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Following the announcement of the result by the registrar, I hereby declare the motion carried. Thank you. Please, a big round of applause for all of us. Item 8 on the agenda under special business is as follows: that the board be and is hereby authorized to undertake a corporate restructuring exercise, transitioning from a non-operating financial holding company to a fully operational holding company, subject to the prior approval of the Central Bank of Nigeria and any other relevant regulatory authorities. That further to the corporate restructuring, the board be and is hereby authorized to undertake such divestment and or reduction in its equity holdings in any of its subsidiaries as may be deemed necessary or expedient by the directors in order to give full effect to the corporate restructuring exercise. That the board and the management be and are hereby authorized to take all necessary steps and do all such things as may be required for the purpose of giving effect to the corporate restructuring, including, without limitation, the execution of all requisite documentation, submission of regulatory filings, and procurement of all statutory and regulatory consents and approvals. I therefore move that the motion be and is hereby carried. Will a member second this motion, please? Mr. Adeshalo, thank you so much. The motion is hereby put to vote.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The resolution is already displayed on the screen. Please, if you are voting for that resolution, press 1A. If you want to vote against, press 2B, as earlier announced. We've gotten 8 shareholders that have voted here physically. 10 shareholders have voted already. Please, calm down, please. 5 seconds left. 4 seconds. A second. Poll closed. Please display the result. At the end of the voting on that resolution, we have 266 shareholders voting physically and through proxy, with a total shares of 856,976,631 units. No dissenting voice. Thank you very much.
Following the announcement of the results by the register, I hereby declare the motion carried. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the business to be considered at this meeting. Thank you all for taking the time to attend this meeting and actively participating in the affairs of the company, both physically and electronically. I now declare the meeting closed. May I call on Sir Ayobola to give us the closing prayer.
Can we all stand up? In Jesus' mighty name, we thank you for the opportunity to be gathered here today to review some of the things we have done in the past 1 year, to look at the future of the company, to also propose changes to the way we intend to do business. God give us the wisdom, the knowledge, and the courage to be able to take decisions that will be in the best interest of our company. Where mistakes have been made, Almighty God, correct us. Where omissions have been discovered, God, remind us. In the mighty name of Jesus, we have prayed.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you. Till we meet again. God bless you all. Thank you. Oh, national anthem, please.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace all battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hand unto our children